The code you're not taught. There's a reason most people never break through in life, not because they aren't working hard, but because they're working blind. The real game of growth isn't just about effort, hustle, or even intelligence. It's about unlocking what very few people truly understand: the hidden compounding code. This isn't just about money. Yes, money compounds. But the real compounding, the kind that transforms lives, goes far deeper. It's how reputations are built, how relationships deepen, how knowledge turns into wisdom, and how tiny, daily choices echo across decades. Compounding is the silent force behind nearly every form of lasting success. It works invisibly, quietly, slowly, and then all at once. And once it starts working, it's nearly unstoppable. The problem is that nobody teaches you this. Not in school, not in your job, and certainly not in a world obsessed with quick wins, fast fame, and instant gratification. So what happens? Most people live on linear effort. They grind, they sprint, they chase the next hack, and they burn out before the rewards ever show up. The hidden compounding code is different. It's a mindset, it's a system, and it's a way of seeing the world that gives you power when others quit, clarity when others get distracted, and leverage when others are stuck. It teaches you to trust the long game, to plant seeds even when nothing's growing, to keep building even when no one is watching. Because the people who master this code don't just grow, they explode. Silently. Then suddenly. This is the guide you were never given, the blueprint most people discover too late. You're not late, you're just early enough to win. The rule of invisibility: what you do in the dark grows in the light. Here's a truth most people avoid: real growth happens in silence. And that's why most people never experience it. We live in a world addicted to visibility, likes, followers, applause, and attention. But the most important parts of your development happen when no one is watching. The quiet hours, the lonely work, the invisible grind. That's where compounding begins, beneath the surface. You write when no one reads, and you build your voice. You study when no one's grading you, and you build depth. You train when no one claps, and you build discipline. You show kindness when no one thanks you, and you build character. These moments don't look like wins, but they are. Because when the results finally show, they're rooted in everything you did behind the curtain. People celebrate the visible outcomes, but the invisible inputs are where the magic happens. You can't fast forward trust, skills, strength, or credibility. You earn them, quietly, day by day. That's the rule of invisibility, the foundation of the hidden compounding code. Don't crave attention, crave depth. Don't chase claps, chase competence. Because when you commit to doing the work in private, life eventually rewards you in public, not because you demanded it, but because you became someone worth noticing. And that kind of success, it lasts. The time versus energy trade-off. Most people obsess over managing time. They plan their calendars, create to-do lists, and try to squeeze every drop out of each day. But they overlook something far more important: energy. Time without energy is wasted. You can have 5 free hours in your evening, but if you're mentally and emotionally drained, those hours are useless. You've probably had days where you had plenty of time, but still got nothing done. That's not a time problem. It's an energy problem. True productivity, growth, and compounding don't come from long hours. They come from sharp, intentional, focused hours. And that only happens when your energy is protected and prioritized. The truth is, energy fuels consistency, and consistency is the foundation of compounding. If your energy crashes every day, your habits will break, your willpower will fade, and you'll give up on the very systems that build momentum. That's why mastering your energy is a non-negotiable part of the hidden compounding code. To stay in the game long enough for the results to show up, you have to learn how to recharge. That means sleeping well, protecting your peace, avoiding toxic people, saying no more often, and structuring your hardest work during your peak hours, not your leftovers. If you manage your energy like it's a sacred resource, you can do more in 1 hour than others do in an entire day. Time is a container, but energy is the power inside it. And without it, nothing compounds. What's the actual hidden compounding code? The hidden compounding code is not a single strategy, trick, or technique. It's a lifestyle algorithm. It's the invisible formula behind success, fulfillment, power, and wealth that works quietly over time. At its core, the hidden compounding code is the idea that small, consistent actions, when repeated with discipline over long periods, don't just add up, they multiply. But more importantly, this multiplication happens in places people aren't looking, in your habits, your mindset, your energy, your environment, your relationships, your skills, and your identity. The actual code lies in the understanding that real transformation happens long before the results become visible, that everything meaningful in life, health, wealth, wisdom, confidence, trust, grows slowly, invisibly, and beneath the surface. It's about what you're doing daily, when no one is watching, when the world isn't clapping, and when there's no external validation yet. It's about showing up not just when you're motivated, but when you're tired, discouraged, and unseen, because that's when the roots are growing the deepest. The hidden compounding code is also about patience with the process and obsession with the system, not the outcome. Most people are obsessed with short-term rewards. When will I see the results? But those who understand this code don't ask when. They ask, how long can I keep showing up, improving 1% at a time? They trust the curve even when it's flat. They believe in momentum, not miracles. And they know that what feels small today becomes unstoppable tomorrow, if not interrupted. What makes this code hidden is that society often promotes the opposite. It glorifies overnight success, shortcut culture, dopamine-driven decisions, and viral moments. But the hidden compounding code doesn't live in the spotlight. It lives in routines, in intentional effort, in consistent inputs over time. It's in how you spend your mornings, how you think during setbacks, what you feed your mind, how you protect your energy, how you invest your attention, and the tiny choices you make when nobody's around to give you credit. In short, the hidden compounding code is the practice of doing the right things repeatedly, even when they don't seem to matter, because over time, they matter more than anything else. It's a code of quiet power. You don't force outcomes, you feed systems. You don't chase breakthroughs, you earn them. And when the time is right, all that invisible work explodes into visible results, leaving people wondering how you did it. This isn't hype, it's not motivational fluff, and it's definitely not some overnight trick to success. The hidden compounding code is real, and it's been working in the background your whole life, whether you've noticed it or not. The people who seem to have everything click for them, they're not always the smartest, the most talented, or the luckiest. They're the ones who stayed in motion long enough for the code to activate. Most people live on linear effort. They wake up, grind through their day, repeat, and wonder why nothing changes. They mistake motion for progress because they don't understand the curve. But compounding doesn't reward effort alone, it rewards aligned, consistent action. It rewards those who trust the process when there are no immediate results. It rewards those who feed the invisible roots, day after day, even when no one claps for them. If you understand this code, truly understand it, you stop chasing hacks and start building systems. You stop needing motivation and start relying on structure. You stop trying to win the day and start winning decades. You begin to live with a new kind of calm confidence because you know that what you're doing today is setting up exponential returns later. And you stop quitting early because now you see the long game. Cracking this code doesn't just change how you work, it changes how you see everything. You realize that your inputs have more power than you thought, that every small decision stacks. Your future isn't created by a single moment, but by the quiet repetition of better choices. And when you stay faithful to those choices, life compounds in ways no one saw coming. So, no, you don't need to do everything at once. You just need to do the right things long enough. The code works for those who work it, and the longer you stick with it, the more unstoppable it becomes. Crack the code. Change your habits. Change your identity. Change your life. One small decision at a time. That's how it begins. That's how it always begins.